Today I'm going to talk to you about the pelvic toner. This is one of my favourite pelvic floor training tools. I'm going to take you through why and when it might be indicated to use it, when not to use it, why it might be really good for you. So the pelvic toner is one of the only pelvic floor strengtheners which is recommended by the NHS in England and can actually be prescribed on the NHS, which is a really good thing to know, so it's accessible to all. The pelvic toner is really good when you've got a good pelvic floor contraction but you're just struggling to progress, or you need your pelvic floor to do a little bit more. So you can do an endurance hold, you can do quick fire contractions, but you might still be symptomatic of incontinence, heaviness, urgency, those sorts of things. When we examine clients for pelvic floor weakness, we give you a grade of strength between 0 and 5. 0 is nothing going on, 1 is a flicker, 2 is an inconsistent contraction, 3 is an all-round contraction but no lift of the muscle, 4 is a good strong lift, so we physically feel you lift up against our finger and move our finger out of the way, and 5 is an all singing, all dancing, brilliant pelvic floor. You can do stages, you can release in stages, you can contract under resistance. So the pelvic toner is really good to move you from a 3 to a 4 or 5. It's not so good if you're less than a 3 because we're still working on recruitment. And then you want to look at some of my other pelvic tools like the Kegel 8 to assist in getting you to a 3. So we've got a good contraction, we just need to get it stronger now. And in order to make a muscle stronger, you need to put it under tension or under load. So like lifting weights in the gym. So doing bicep curls with no weight is only going to take your biceps so far. To grow a bigger muscle, we need more muscle fibres, we need to put that muscle under tension so your body knows to grow a bigger muscle. So we start adding a weight, small weight, bigger and bigger. And the pelvic toner fits with that perfectly. So don't be alarmed that it looks quite big when you take it out of the box, because half of the pelvic toner remains on the outside of the body. So this is a really good strong handle, and this is the part of the toner which goes inside the body. So when you unwrap your toner, you can open it up and you pop springs inside. So the standard toner comes with 2 springs, and then you can move up to 2 harder springs so you get even more resistance, like picking up a stronger dumbbell. There's 2 positions, an easier position and a harder position. So again, even just with the standard springs, you can move up. And so you start with 1 spring, and then you can add in the 2nd spring when you feel stronger. So if we start with 1 spring and we close the toner is going to be held open by the resistance in that spring. So we close the toner, insert the toner into the body, and then the toner is going to open up and take up all the space and the length in that muscle. As you do your pelvic floor contraction from the outside of the body, middle, deep pelvic floor, you're holding the toner closed under that resistance. And then when you release, you'll feel the toner open. So you can work on all 3 levels of contraction, outside middle layer, deepest pelvic floor muscle layer, 3-stage release. You can work on your endurance hold with the resistance, which is a great isometric contraction. If you've had any trauma, any overstretch of the muscle, you need to do isometric contractions, so static holds under resistance. As soon as you can feel the pelvic toner closing, you're ready for the next spring or the harder position. So if we pop 2 springs in now, there's much more resistance needed, much more force needed from the pelvic floor to close the toner. You're going to need to recruit all of those muscle fibres. If you don't have enough, your body will grow more muscle so that you can meet that resistance. Once it's inside the body, I often recommend using your hand on the hinge here so that you can feel how much the toner is closing and opening, and that's how you know when it's closed. So we'd use it with your recommended pelvic floor program. So whatever your physiotherapist has recommended in terms of endurance and repetition, you just add in the pelvic toner to give that resistance. You want to look for endurance holds of somewhere between 10 and 20 seconds, 10 to 20 repetitions, and then faster contractions where you recruit well and then you release, recruit, release, again around 20 repetitions before you start to fatigue. And that's when we know you've got your endurance. Don't forget to progress through the springs, and the harder you need your pelvic floor to work, so for sportswomen, busy mums so you have to carry and lift heavy children, you're on your feet all the time, you need your pelvic floor to work quite strong, you need to move on to that stronger set. Progress it, lift up that heavier kettlebell or dumbbell, one by one, you increase the weight, you increase the weight and resistance here too. So that is the pelvic toner.